graduate of East Grand Forks Senior High School. So we are welcoming in and inducting 8 awesome people into our East Grand Forks Hall of Fame today. And we are glad that they're all here, except for one. So I'm glad and thanking you for taking time out of your day to come to this, because this is very special. So we'll see and listen to their accomplishments, and you'll be amazed at the things that they've done, the things that they continue to do, and it's just an awesome class. So I know, and I've done this a couple different times, and I know that over the years, over the induction ceremonies, I've said that the class that I inducted was really pretty awesome, but this one I think actually might top it all. It's pretty crazy. We got 7 of the 8 are East Grand Forks graduates. Jim, you're the outlier, so sorry. 2 of them were in my 6th grade class. Bernie? Okay, right. One of them was a student when I was in the principal here, right, Jacqueline? One of them took my job as the keyboarding instructor when he came here. Jim, right? The other 4, I was lucky enough to watch them play the sports that they were so good at years ago. Like I said, I'm an 88 grad. We have 2 83 grads coming in, and an 86 grad and a 93 grad. So again, things that I got to watch along the way and saw how good of athletes and how good of people these guys are. So it's pretty sweet. We have CEOs, a part of this group. We have bankers. We have professional musicians. We have financial advisors. We have Division I athletes. We have high-level coaches, people that were already inducted into multiple different halls of fame, and doctors in this group. So of the 8 people, that's these guys, and multiple in those things. So it's awesome. So like I said, they certainly belong here, and they certainly will be a part on the wall. If you didn't see their pictures and their bios on the walls out as you walked in by door 2, take a look as you leave and check that out. And like I said, every one of them is well deserving of the award to be inducted into our Hall of Fame. So good for them. And speaking of Hall of Fame, I know that we have at least 2 people amongst us that are already inducted into the East Grand Forks Hall of Fame. I know Buzz is here, and I know that Gary Berg is here. Buzz Olson and Gary Berg. Let's give those 2 guys a round of applause. Again, it's a pretty select group. So again, congratulations to the 80 of you guys that are coming in here. So for today's ceremony, here's how it's going to go. I'm going to read your accomplishments for each person, and I'm going to invite you guys on the stage. You receive the plaque, and then you can say a few words if you want, and then we'll at the end we're going to have everybody up and take some pictures. We take some pictures along the way, whatever. So that's how it's going to roll. So that's the thing. And then of course we're going to continue our celebration at the VFW for a little banquet, and we'll go from there. So, all right. So today we're going to start with the person that's not here, Jean Benson. His name is formerly Jean Lindquist. She's a graduating class in 1986. Like I said, just unfortunately not able to make it. But here is a little bit about Jean. She graduated, like I said, from the East Grand Forks Senior High School in 1986. She participated in 3 sports and was named the Athlete of the Year in her senior year. In basketball, as co-captain, she was the co-captain there. She helped lead her team to a 2nd place finish at the Minnesota State Tournament. She was also elected co-captain of the volleyball team her senior year and participated in track and did multiple different events. She graduated with a 4.0 GPA. She attended the University of North Dakota for 2 years before transferring to the University of Minnesota, graduating from the Carlson School of Management with an accounting degree. She began her career at the public accounting firm of Deloitte & Touche, then held executive roles as financial services company, ending her career spending 13 years at United Health Group, where she served in various executive finance and CFO roles until her last 3 years as regional CEO of United Healthcare's Medicaid division, retiring in 2025. She has supported many charities focused on supporting empowering women and youth development, social responsibility, and well-being. So let's give a nice round of applause. Next up, I'd like to recognize Jeff Bowen, who's a graduating class of 1983. I was a little worried about Jeff making it here today. when he was told that he was going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and it was held in the PAC, he told Mr. Koberinski, or asked Mr. Koberinski, "Where's the PAC?" Now, I'll give him a little bit of grace to start with, because he was an 83 grad and the PAC didn't get built until 86, so I'll give him a little grace there. However, he had 3 kids that graduated from East Grand Forks, and he had 3 kids that were inducted into the National Honor Society, and the National Honor Society banquet and recognition place is held where? Right here. Right here. So, and I'm assuming he went, but, you know, we'll see. So, obviously, if we'd have had it at the Civic Center or the Ralph, he probably would have known exactly where that's at. But in any event, glad you're here, Jeff, and so we'll talk a little bit about what's going on with you. So, like I said, Jeff Owen, 1983 grad, East Grand Forks, had an athletic career as a 3-sport varsity athlete in football, hockey, and golf. In football, he was a 3-year letter winner and served as team captain during his senior year. He played a role, along with his amazing teammates and coaches, in leading the Green Wave to a 1982 Class A state championship prep bowl. He got 2nd place there, right? On the ice, Jeff was a 4-year varsity letter winner and a member of 2 Minnesota Class A state tournament hockey teams in 1980 and 82. He also earned 3 varsity letters in golf, and he had a memorable high school career, obviously. Jeff continued his hockey career at the University of North Dakota from 1983 to 1987, where he was a 4-year letter winner and part of the 1987 NCAA National Championship team, which finished with a record-setting 40-8 season. He was named the team's most improved player and earned academic all-conference honors. Jeff later returned to UND as an assistant coach, helping lead the team to another national title in 2000. Over his time at UND, he earned 2 NCAA championships, contributed to 3 WCHA titles and 2 WCHA tournament championships, and was inducted into the UND Athletic Hall of Fame, both as a player and a coach. Jeff and his wife of 38 years, Dawn, who's also an East Grand Forks grad, still reside in East Grand Forks, and they're the proud parents of 3 East Grand Forks and UND grads, Sydney, Dixon, and Ellie, and grandparents to Taylor and Lloyd. Please welcome Jeff Owen.
Where is the back? Lord. Right? I wasn't in the National Honor Society. That's a fact. So, well, it's truly a pleasure to be here today with all the family and friends of the inductees. And last night at the football game, we got reacquainted with a lot of you and met a few people, Nick Haig and his family, who I met previous. And so it was a pleasurable evening. When I got a call from Colbert, and all the inductees got a call about a month ago, a lot of emotions went through your head. Happiness, excitement, shocking, a lot of things. And it's truly a humbling thing to be inducted into your alma mater's Hall of Fame, and I'm really excited to be here. I would like to extend a special congratulations to the existing inductees that are going in. I look at the wall out there, and before this, I reviewed everybody, and Coach Gary Bird's here. It's good to see him, and Buzzy, our football coaches, and what an amazing group of people that have been inducted into that Hall of Fame. From Larry Brayford to, I remember Kurt Knopf, maybe the best athlete ever to play at East Grand Forks. So it's pretty humbling, but I look back and I think this is all about family. Yesterday, by the way, I gotta say, was a special day in our family. It was our 38th wedding anniversary with Dawn and I. And 44 years together, and it produced 3 children and now 2 grandchildren. My daughter Sydney's in the audience here. She's a CPA and she's a city administrator at Breckenridge. My daughter Ellie graduated in 3 years at the University of North Dakota, and she's a buyer for Steffes. My son Dixon, he is He's a UND grad as well, and he's actually at the Ryder Cup today. He's out in Stamford, Connecticut, working out there as a VP to a company. A lot of fond memories growing up in East Grand Forks. Obviously, we were from here. My parents lived 2 blocks down the road. I thought a lot about what to say today, what East Grand Forks gave to me. They gave me lots. I told my daughters I wasn't going to do this, but so I apologize. East Side pride, East Side family, amazing teachers, a lot of mentors, a lot of coaches, teammates, friends. A big thank you to Mr. Lohr, Mr. Nelson, and Mr. Koberinsky. They do a fabulous job. The impact they make on the student body, not only this year, but the previous years, and there's teachers out here as well, Coach Palmasino. They taught us a lot of life lessons along the way, and I think all the inductees will share that. They taught us how to become young women, young men. They taught us how to persevere. They taught us toughness. They taught us a lot of things. And you know what? The impact has been great in my life. I have taken that along my journey, my path of my job, my career, my family. We raised our family here. We're very, very proud of it. So to all the teachers, coaches, the wonderful people who taught me life lessons, and what they gave me, they gave to all these inductees, is a lot of heart, soul, and a lot of things that I could talk for an hour on, which I won't. But to my coaches, Tony Palmasino, Terry Pocker, Bobby Sween in hockey, we had a tremendous group of people. Gary Berg's here, Bobby Lavoy. I don't know if Mrs. Lavoy's here. Come on, big tough hockey player, you can get through this, can't you? Henway, Rudy, Curly Gastelman. Curly's here, 93 years old, Curly is. Mr. and Mrs. Budge, I invited them, 2 of the best teachers we've ever had here. Quick story, the A&B test, I did look at all the grades. I couldn't look at Scannies, but I looked and I told Tara last night, scale of 1 to 4, she was a 5, of course. Is that shocking to anybody? Craig Mack was their valedictorian and probably the smartest, and biggest, toughest athlete that I ever played with. They were all high achievers, except Bowen was B. So B, I took the B test in Sharon Budge's class until the second one, and she kicked me in the you-know-where and said, "You got more, Jeff. You got a lot more." I said, "I'll tell you something. Dave, listen to this. Craig used to write for one question, a friggin' paragraph this long. I couldn't write a paragraph like that if I studied for 4 hours. So I ended up sucking it up, taking the A test, and the rest was history. But the point of the measure is she challenged us, as did Coach Palmasino, Coach Berg, and Coach Gasperlin, and Sharon Budge and Tom were some of the best. And I respect them all, and I appreciate the time here. You know what? I just love growing up in East Grand Forks. I love going to school here. I love playing hockey, football, and representing the green and white for East Side. I have such fond memories of East Grand Forks. The friendships we made along the way. Obviously met my wife, and we have 2 beautiful grandchildren here today, Taylor and William, with me, 2.5 years and 6 months. And I've cherished my time in East Grand Forks. We've raised our family here. We had an opportunity to leave. We decided to stay. And by God, it was a great decision. So to all the inductees, congratulations to you and your families. It's fun getting reacquainted with all of you. I love you all, so thank you very much.
Where's Tara? Now you don't have to worry about speaking too long. Just kidding, Jeff. You're real high. That was awesome. From the heart. That's where you're supposed to be. That's awesome. All right. Next up is Craig Mack. No, I'm sorry, I lied. We've got Nick Hagan up here, graduating class of 2005. Like I said, graduating class of 2005, one of my 6th grade students, awesome student, one of my basketball players, right? We talked about basketball last night at the football game. And I'll mention that story quick. Murdy, you were part of that story, if you remember correctly. We were down by 1 point. This is 7th grade basketball, so it's high level. I mean, we're talking high level. It's H1. I mean, we're really talking high level. But we're down by 1 with about 3 or 4 seconds to go. And I called timeout. I said, okay, who's the quarterback? Well, Murdy's got to be the quarterback because he's going to throw it. Hey, and we're going to throw a little wrench and things. We're going to throw it to Nick Hagan, who's a lefty on the left side. We're going to throw it over to him. Nobody's going to suspect that we're going to throw it to the left side in 7th grade basketball because nobody can make a left-handed layup in 7th grade basketball except Nick Hagan. Nick Hagan can make a left-handed layup, so Nick Hagan comes up toward Murdy, rips out the other way. Murdy throws a bullet to Nick Hagan. Nick Hagan makes a left-handed layup, and he's going to force Pete South in the last second shot. So that was awesome. Good to know. But anyway, so that's my anyway. Well, Nick was here at the high school. He was appointed lead trombone of the Minnesota State All-State Jazz Ensemble and selected to the Hershey's All-American Honor Band. At age 18, he performed in the Minnesota Orchestra and was a top finishing tenor trombonist in the 2005 International Trombone Association's 18U solo competition. He was the only trombonist admitted to the Juilliard School class of 2009, where he earned his bachelor's degree. Nick has performed professionally with the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, the Malaysian Philharmonic, the Minnesota Orchestra, and the American Brass Quintet. He toured with ensembles in France, the Netherlands, and China, and performed at Carnegie Hall. Music critic Alex Ross, writing in the New Yorker, described his playing as precise and vital, a winning proposition. In addition to music, Nick qualified for state track and field and triple jump, was on the section championship winning cross-country team, and was inducted into the National Honor Society. Right here, right here. Today, he is an operating member of the 5th generation family farm. He and his wife, Molly Ye. Anybody heard of Molly Ye before? Yeah. Are co-founders of Bernie's, a restaurant in East Grand Forks. They have 2 daughters, Bernadette and Ira. Let's bring up Nick Hagan. As he's coming up, I thought I'd bring a little something just in case you wanted to. I mean, who doesn't? Back in the day, maybe not quite as good as Nick. I didn't get to go to Juilliard, but I did play. So, I mean, if you want to, we have a duet, because all good trombone players play the trombone, bring the trombone all the time. Right, exactly, yeah. So, no, I thought that'd be kind of fun that I could play, but it would be a total novice. Anyway, but yeah, so let's let Nick say a few words.
Well, thank you, Mr. Lohr, and when I found you were on the Hall of Fame committee, I knew you probably, as a trombonist, put your thumb on the scale. So, grateful for that, thank you. And I obviously know where the pack is. I spent many an hour playing and performing here, so it's kind of surreal to be back in this situation. So, anyway, thank you to the Hall of Fame committee, and congratulations to the other inductees. It's a really special group. So, I'd like to thank my parents. I'm worse than you, Jeff, by the way. I'd like to thank my parents. My mom was my first music teacher. Okay, I better keep this quick because it's only going downhill from here. So, my mom, my dad, my sister, Mr. Thompson, and Mrs. Lohr, and all of my fellow inductees. I will say, to try to maybe take the pressure off me, that if you kind of take my entire basketball career into scope, it's sort of a miracle that that shot went in. I can thank my coach Rusty Mertens and my coach Mr. Lord for drilling it into me to at least make one once in a while. So anyway, thank you all and have a good day.
We might have to turn the microphone around so people can just talk at the black curtain and make it a little easier. So, yeah, I know that's kind of tough. But the quick story about Anna, just because this is what we do. But yesterday night at the football game, I was wandering around and whatever, and I saw this girl that was in a green sweatshirt, and she was jumping around and just being very happy and jolly and whatever. And I didn't recognize because her back was to me, and I'm like, who the heck is that girl that's acting so jovial and so happy and so whatever? And then she turned around and I'm like, oh, it's Anna. Of course it's Anna. She's always happy-go-lucky, always just a sweet lady girl back in the day when I had her in school, but just an amazing person. So, congrats, Anna. Yeah. So, and then I think Molly's here. Molly was actually very lucky that Molly married Nick, because otherwise she'd never been the host of Girl Meets Farm. I mean, that's all that went, right? They had the show first, and then she happened to be the host because of her marriage to you. Yeah, farm first, right? Food eats first, farm comes first, that's all it is. So, yeah. And afterwards, you go on and play the trombone, we'll get up. All right, next up is Craig Mack. Like I said before, he's also the graduating class of 1983. Good to see that once I do some of the bio, you'll understand a little more, but the Macks and the Bowmans are separated a little bit. I know they graduated together, but after high school, they kind of went their separate ways, and quite a bit separate ways to really dislike each other probably a little bit on the ice and things like that. So I'll tell you a little bit about Craig Mack. Mr. Nelson, by the way, talked to me about Craig Mack a couple days ago, and he said, yeah, I've seen him. I think he can still play football, and he still can play football. I'm sure he can. So once you see him come up here, yeah, he's not a small individual. So I want him on my side if we're fighting anywhere, so that's good. Anyway, like I said, Craig graduated from senior high in 1983, a two-sport varsity standout athlete. Craig earned distinction in hockey and football as a fierce competitor, leader, and dedicated teammate. His commitment to academic excellence as a student athlete allowed him to graduate as class valedictorian. In football, he was a 3-year varsity letter winner, senior team captain, and led the team to compete in the 1982 Class A football championship prep bowl game. He earned all-state honors and was selected to participate in the Minnesota High School Football All-Star Game. In hockey, he was a 3-year varsity letter winner, junior and senior team captain, and led his team to compete in the 1982 State Class A Hockey State Tournament. He earned all-state honors and was selected to participate in the Minnesota Hockey All-Star Super Series. After graduating from high school, and here's where they split, Craig continued his hockey career playing for the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers in the WCHA. He was a 4-year varsity letter leading his team to compete in the 1986 and 87 NCAA Hockey Final Four championships. He earned WCHA All Academic Team honors and joined the John Masich Award. I'm a basketball guy, so if I mispronounce, I'm sorry. As Minnesota's top student athlete. After being selected by the Quebec Nordiques in the 1983 entry draft, Craig represented the United States in the 1984 IIHF Junior Hockey Championships in Sweden. His family includes his wife Linda and twin daughters Brenna and Callie. So he's already here, but let's welcome him.
It's going to be tough to follow Bowie. You did a really good job, man. It's such a treat. Again, I want to thank everyone involved in the honor of being up here and representing former coaches, former teammates, teachers. Again, you heard the valedictorian piece. School was very, very important. I will tell you again, tagging along a little bit to Jeff's, he got the best of me when we were seniors in college. They won the national championship. I was at the tournament, but we came up a little short, but it was still fun. When I think about some of the things that were said, I think of my mom, who is not with us anymore. She was a very big part of the community with the East Grand Forks Blue Line Club and boosters of supporting our youth hockey program. I'm very blessed to have my father representing with us today. He had asked me to support him back in 2007 when he was inducted into the Sacred Heart Hall of Fame as part of the undefeated 1957 football team. So that was a pretty big accomplishment to me, and I was very blessed to represent. Now he's filling in and kind of doing the same thing for me. So thank you for being here and representing. I'm just going to keep it very short and sweet. I'm very grateful to be here to pay respect, like I said, to my family, to former teammates, former coaches, former teachers, who made all of this possible, right? I honor them for the impact they had in my 60 years of life, and it was extremely impactful starting out in a community, having a baseline of everything about what this community represents. It's wonderful to be back here and see all the wonderful facilities that are available for the kids, and I just can't imagine. And it was a treat being at the football game last night and seeing how competitive they were. Unfortunately, it was a loss, but it was a lot of fun to watch the kids play. I'm honored and humbled to be a part of this event with all of my fellow inductees. It's been fun to chat and meet Nick. First time here. I know I followed Nick, your career. I remember sitting at the state tournament when we got to jump up and down and celebrate Jeff. We never quite did it. We came in second, but it was fun celebrating for those that were very, very successful. Again, a big thank you to everyone who was a part of this, and I appreciate it very much.
Like I said, I think if he'd have strapped on the helmet at the end of the game last night, it might help.
Always ready.
Next up, now being inducted into the Hall of Fame is Nick Mertens. Again, part of the graduating class of 2005. As I stated before, one of my 6th grade students and one of my 7th grade basketball players. So known Nick for a lot of years. A wonderful athlete, wonderful person. So just a little bit about, I might need to take a break. I might need to sit down because AI did a lot for him, obviously, or something along the way. But, anyway, like I said, born and raised in East Grand Forks, Nick Mertens led an indelible mark on the community. That tells you right there, indelible. I mean, that's not a word Murdy uses, I don't think. Maybe not, maybe it is, I don't know. It's not something that I use anyway. Through his extraordinary athleticism, leadership, and character. As 2004 Minnesota Coaches Association Mr. Football and Associated Press Player of the Year, he led East Grand Forks to a perfect 14-0 season and a Class AAA state championship. A dynamic quarterback, he threw for more than 2,459 yards, scored 36 touchdowns. He rushed for 824 yards and 20 more touchdowns as well, just in his senior year. His versatility extended beyond offense. He also handled punting, PATs, kickoffs, and was a defensive force at strong safety, recording 144 tackles, 44 solo tackles, and a lot of different things. Over his high school career, he amassed 5,243 passing yards, 59 passing touchdowns, 1,846 rushing yards, 45 rushing touchdowns, and contributed 242 tackles, 96 solos, 6 interceptions, 7 forced fumbles, 6 fumble recoveries on defense. Nick was a Wendy's Heisman finalist. He was a 3-time All-Conference and All-City selection, helped lead his teams to a combined 31-4 record during his high school career. His excellence wasn't limited to the football field. He was a 4-year starter in basketball, became East Grand Forks' all-time leading scorer, and is currently the leading scorer with 2,010 career points, and earned All-State second-team honors during the 04-05 season. In track and field, he completed in the triple jump, 110-meter high hurdles, and the 300-meter hurdles. Recognized as the 2004 Grand Forks Herald Athlete of the Year. He continued his football journey at North Dakota State on a full athletic scholarship. There he helped the Bison win the Great West Conference in 2006, famously defeated the Minnesota Golden Gophers in 2007. As a 2-year starting quarterback and team captain, he threw for 3,496 yards, 26 touchdowns, including a record-setting 95-yard touchdown pass in 2009. He also rushed for 7 touchdowns and was a semifinalist for the prestigious William L. Campbell Trophy. His academic achievements were equally impressive. He was a 2-time Missouri Football Conference All-Academic Selection, member of the FCS Athletic Director's Academic All-Star Team, and a recipient of the Valley Football Commissioner's Academic Excellence Award. In 2010, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in management and marketing and was honored with the NDSU Albrecht Presidential Trophy as the university's top senior male athlete. Currently, he has built a successful career with Federated Mutual Insurance Company. He resides in West Fargo, North Dakota with his wife Lauren, children Amelia, Edison, and Henrik. He credits his parents Rusty and Anna Mertens for their unwavering support and guidance throughout his lifetime of achievements. There it is. Now, as he's walking up, I mean, that's pretty unblemished, right? Pretty unblemished. The only thing I can think of is Beaupre here or Chad Larson. You know where I'm going with this? In sixth grade, Mr. Orr was silly enough to say if you got a perfect score on your pre-test for spelling, you didn't have to take the final test on Friday. Pat Beaupre and Chad Larson never once had to take the final test on Friday. Murdy, theater. One time had you.
I spelled it like
Theater. He spelled it like he's Canadian. He's a Canadian. No. Right? So that's the only blemish I can think of, but he did not get all of his spelling words correct on the pre-test in 6th grade. So that's the blemish I can hold on to. So again, congratulations, Bertie.
Thank you to the committee, thank you to everybody here, thank you to the other people that won the award. I'm going to try to keep it pretty brief. There's a couple quotes in here and then I'm going to thank some people. So this is some of the things that are high. Your life is about all the people around you, all the people you can touch, all the people you can impact, all the people you can influence, and all the people you can love, and all the people that love you. And I wouldn't be standing up here today if I didn't have a bunch of people that love me. So. First of all, I want to thank my parents, my dad for being my first coach and role model, doing everything for me, my mom being my biggest fan, and doing all the laundry that comes with sports. We have 3 kids, and it gets to game day, and it's like, is that jersey clean? And I can't imagine going through that for all these more years that we're going to do it, but thank you for that. They have entire teams when you get to college that do the laundry. And I'm like, just bring my mom here, it always gets done. Right? I got to thank the class of 2005, all my classmates. Hey, congratulations. My teammates, especially Nate Grambeck and Chad Larson, they were kind of my wingmen going throughout the years. Teachers and administrators, especially Mr. Ellingson, he has a place in my heart for how he helped me. All the coaches that volunteer their time away from their families, because it's truly volunteering. You're missing your own kids' games. You're making a big impact on all of us. I think I got all of them. I needed Chad's help. I had to call him using the tractor on the way up here. But Coach Strandell and Coach Weiss, Coach Lohr, Coach Trimbeth, Coach Lumby, Coach Enright, Coach Hopka, Coach Olson, Coach Michalek, Coach Lisa Hansen, Coach Freeland, Coach Hansen, Coach Perkins, Coach Hansen again, Coach Schumacher, Coach Grassel, Coach Mahar, some athletic director and hockey coach that tried to get me to change sports, so I was like a sophomore in high school, Mr. Scanlon. Some guy that went winless in his first year coaching high school football, and then we won a state championship after, Coach Nelson. And I got 2 more things. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And I know it hung up in the old weight room, but character is who you are when no one is watching. So I live by those 2 things. Lastly, reason this is short, but I got to thank my beautiful wife for her continued support in these 3 Rugrats in the front row. They're my biggest fans. Everybody's made a million, and God loves you guys.
All right, next up, Jacqueline Scanlon. She's not Scanlon anymore, she's Haas, but she was inducted and nominated and entered in as a Scanlon, so we're going to call her Jacqueline Scanlon. So she was, like I said, she went off and got married this summer, and now is a Haas. She's a graduate of 2011 in East Grand Forks, so let's hear a little bit about Jacqueline. She was a 6-year letter winner in both soccer, track and field, as well as a 4-year letter winner in girls hockey. During her soccer career, Jacqueline was a first-team All-State performer her sophomore through senior years, 5-time All-Conference selection, won 4 straight Lakes to Prairie Conference titles, was a 3-year team captain and named Minnesota's Class A Miss Soccer in the fall of 2010. In 2009, she was recognized in ESPN magazine as one of the players with the most assists in high school soccer nationwide. Jacqueline guided her team to back-to-back section runner-ups in 2007-2008 and back-to-back section title winners in 2009 and 2010. She was named to the all-tournament team in 2009 and 2010, finished her soccer career as the school's program's all-time leading scorer and point holder. Jacqueline's hockey career consisted of assisting her team to the program's first tournament championship appearance in 2010 and was a 2010-11 Greater Minnesota All-Conference hockey player. Jacqueline received the East Grand Forks 3-Sport Athlete Award in 2011, was the Grand Forks Herald 2011 Female Athlete of the Year. Her track and field career consists of 6-time All-State performer, 6-time participant in the state tournament, medaling in each event she participated in, including the 800 meters, 1600 meters, 4x800 meter relay, and 4x400 meter relay. Her highest finish was the 4x8 relay with a second place finish in 2006. She has and currently still has school records in the 1600 meter, the 4x800 meter relay, and the 4x400 meter relay. So very, very impressive track career. She also participated in the school band program. My wife would be real happy about that. Starred in the school's theater production in Greece, 2009. Member of the Student Council and National Honor Society. She went on to play soccer at NDSU, playing in 73 of 74 games throughout her 4-year career. She had 37 starts, collecting 4 goals and 2 assists. Jacqueline was named the team captain her senior year in 2014, received academic honors that include Summit League Academic Honor Roll as a Distinguished Scholar in 2013, Summit League Fall Academic Honor Roll, and Summit League Commissioner's List of Academic Excellence in 2014. Jacqueline received her bachelor's degree in exercise science with a minor in psychology in 2016. She continued her academic studies at Briarcliff University in Sioux City, Iowa, where she completed and received her doctorate degree in physical therapy in 2021. She is licensed and practices PT in Alaska, where she lives with her husband, Derek. Please welcome Jacqueline Scanlon.
Well, hello. I want to start off by just thanking, like everyone else, thank you for the nomination. It is truly an honor to get that call from Scott. And then my jaw dropped when he said my dad was getting inducted at the same time, and that is truly a gift, so thank you. Jeff mentioned everyone else who's been in the Hall of Fame or who currently is and has been inducted, and I grew up in East Grand Forks, and looking at that wall, I see so many familiar faces, that not only because of the wall, we walked around in school, but because I see them out in the community. And it's an honor to be with you guys in that now. Congrats to my fellow inductees on their nomination. Exciting time for your family also. I was excited to get the list and kind of read who else was in it. I fangirled a little bit because I was in 6th grade with Nick Mertens. You guys won the football championship. And then I went to Nick Hagan's senior concert here, and you are the reason why I knew what Juilliard was. I ran track with Anna in my 7th grade. Jeff's oldest daughter, Sydney, I went to school with, and there's that a little bit because my dad, being the athletic director, and just involvement in the school. My sister, my brother, and I, we grew up kind of running around the town with him. The Civic Center was our playground, the VFW was our playground, the senior high, just everything is so deeply intertwined in our story and our history, and I'm just so grateful now that I get to be a little bit more part of the EGF history in their Hall of Fame, so thank you. I want to thank my sister, Bree. She was my first competitor, and she is a major reason why I have the accolades I do. She would set the bar, and then as the younger sister, I wanted to beat it. So I would work hard, and she just always pushed me in any sport. We played soccer together. She played basketball, and I played hockey, and then we ran track together, and we have the 4x4 record together. My brother, who's always been our biggest fan and our loudest cheerleader every step of the way, little Joe. My mom, she was our rock, like growing up, as most moms are, but she was one who really kept us grounded and reminded us family first, faith first, and just continue to work hard and be true to ourselves, and that was a huge reason why I'm the person I am today. And then my dad, who is my own personal sports hero. So again, just an honor to get inducted with him. And I grew up, like I said, following him around here, and I guess I'm still following him around up on the Hall of Fame stage, so I'm just grateful for him and everything he did. My in-laws are here from Nebraska, Karen and Arvid, so thank you for your support. My husband, Derek, who keeps my competitive spirit alive. We didn't know each other back at that time. We met in PT school, and I kept joking and saying, now he knows all my stories. I wasn't lying about my high school career. But yeah, I'm honored to be here, and just thank you guys so much, and hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend.
So Jacqueline kind of not really stole my thunder, it's her thunder, but you know, when families move in, and I've been around here my whole life, 55 years, when families move in, and a family like the Scanlons move in, it's a treat. There's no, the Scanlon family in general, with Jim and Cindy and their kids, Bree and Jacqueline and Joey, obviously, they are just great people. So glad that they're inducted, and they well deserve it. Not like everybody else doesn't, but like I said, I just wanted to mention that this family is top notch, and we're lucky to have them for the time that we did. So anyway, second to last, Jim Scanlon is our outlier. Like I said, not a East Grand Forks graduate. Somehow finagled his way into the Hall of Fame here. We'll see if he actually earned it or what it was. But he graduated from Park Senior High School in Cottage Grove in 1978. He was a three-sport athlete during his high school career, inducted into the Park High School Athletic Hall of Fame in 2017. He attended Bemidji State University and played hockey for the Beavers from 1979 to 1982. He was part of the two-time national championship teams, was a two-time All-American selection, and was a 1982 Conference Player of the Year. He was inducted into the Bemidji State University Athletic Hall of Fame in 2015. After an 11-year coaching career in the college ranks, Jim began coaching and teaching at ISD 595 in the fall of 1996. Like I said, his job was the keyboarding instructor after me, so he helped catapult me into somehow getting to be the high school principal. I'm not sure how that happened, but whatever. In the fall of 1996 that happened. He was also the activities director for 15 years. He coached the Greenway boys hockey team for 10 and helped lead them to the Minnesota State High School tournament 4 times. His team won 3 consolation titles and were runner-up in 1999. He coached the Greenway girls hockey team for 6 years and helped lead them to a state Class A tournament in 2014, where they finished runner-up. During his time in East Grand Forks, he received Regional Athletic Director of the Year, as well as the 2014 Class A Minnesota Girls Hockey Coach of the Year. He returned to his alma mater in the fall of 2014 to coach the BSU women's hockey team. He retired in 2024 as the all-time winningest coach in program history with over 120 victories. He helped the Beavers advance to the WCHA Conference Championship tournament 3 times and an appearance in the championship game for the only time in program history. He was recognized as WCHA and AHCH National Coach of the Year in 2015. Jim's family includes his wife Cindy, his children Bree and Ben, Jacqueline, and Derek, and Joey, and Raquel, and grandkids Kason, CC, sorry, and Howie, Kenny, and McKinnon Scanlon. So let's welcome Jim Scanlon.
Thank you, Mr. Lohr. Still a little teary-eyed after listening to Jacqueline. First of all, I want to thank the committee. As was said, tremendous honor. When you're doing this job, going through this daily grind, it's obviously never on your mind. Someday you're going to be standing up here. But 29 years ago, approximately, Mr. John Roach, along with Mr. Don Diamond, Bob Simonson, along with Gary Berg, hired me to coach the hockey team. And then they had to figure out where I was going to teach. And I had a 5 degree, 5 in health, and like Brian alluded to, I was a middle school keyboarding teacher. And I was like, what? But anyway, thanks to Brian. He said, here's the program, it's really easy, you'll have no problem. Anyway, again, just really honored. To go with my daughter is unbelievable. I mean, it's one thing to be recognized and go to the Hall of Fame, but to be able to do it with one of my kids is just doesn't get any better than that. So, to all the other inductees, congratulations. To 4 of you, I didn't get an opportunity, obviously, with Gene and Jeff and Craig and Tara were going through, and certainly heard all the stories about your athletic accomplishments afterwards. Craig, I still remember you coming into our locker room. I don't know if it was the first or the second overtime in the section championship game against Warwood, firing up the team. That's obviously the type of passion that Green Wave graduates have. And got to meet Jeff. We were on staff together at the University of North Dakota in about 89, 90, my first year there. And ever since I've known Jeff and his family, they just bleed Green Wave. Their passion wears it on his sleeve. It's tremendous. And to the other 3, obviously Nick and Jacqueline, I had an opportunity to have a front row seat to watch you guys and watch your accomplishments. Obviously, Murray, what you've done, if there was a Mount Rushmore for EGF athletics, you'd be on it. And you did something that is, I don't think people really realize how difficult it is. You made Bruce Nelson look good. So. Nick Hagan, it still to me is one of the biggest, I don't want to say scandal, but the Minnesota State High School League, somehow, your senior year, you did not win the AAA award for our section. I mean, here he was, an unbelievable athlete, was going to the School of Music, the Juilliard School of Music, was an unbelievable student, and a AAA award is academics, athletics, and arts. And somehow he doesn't even win the region one. I looked into it. I called the region director. What is going on here? He told me who the voters were, and that made sense. Oh. Anyway, just my daughters were extremely thrilled to see your name on the list and going in, and I thought, hey, that's cool. Obviously they ran with your sister, but no, it was an opportunity to meet your wife, and maybe have her sign a book. So anyway. You don't get here by yourself. You don't get into the Hall of Fame. I heard Jared Allen say that, and that's certainly the case with me. First of all, I want to thank my wife, Cindy. Jacqueline alluded to it. It's certainly our rock, but she's been right with me for 40-some years as the wife of a coach, and certainly a lot of wins, but an awful lot of losses too. And she's always been right there by my side, helping elevate me as a person. And truth be told, when I left here 12 years ago, I think more people were disappointed she was leaving than I was leaving. And that just speaks to the type of person she is. And my three kids, my daughter Bree, it's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Bree. My grandkids, Kason, he's 6, gonna be 7 pretty soon. Cece's 4, and Howie's 2. He's running around, and my youngest grandson, McKinnon, is here as well. My daughter Jacqueline met. My son Joe is here, and all 3 of our East Grand Forks graduates, and they've been my biggest fans all along. And I just thank them so much. And as a coach, honestly, I had some great staff members. Jason Mack was the first person I called when I got the job. And Todd Schumacher, Keith Johnson, Corey Chuka on the boys' side were all instrumental in helping our team's success, and Brian Larson and Hillary Smith-Donlan were on the girls' side. I mean, every one of the players that I had the good fortune of coaching. That's the reason I'm here. That's the reason I'm here. And certainly all the coaches, a lot of names have been mentioned already. That's why I'm here. I certainly didn't do it by myself. And I just want to leave you with this. East Grand Forks, a school in the simplest form is 4 walls in a building, right? But when you name that school, senior high, Central Middle School, South Point, New Heights, it becomes a little more personal. But it's all the people that walk through those doors, all the teachers, all the administrators, in this case, the superintendent staff, but the custodial staff, the cooking staff, the building and grounds crew, the transportation, and then all the students that walk through it. That's what hooks you emotionally about a place. And we've seen that and heard that from a lot of our inductees already. It's the people, it's the relationships that you have that make a place special. That's why I told Bruce Nelson last night, hearing that school song at halftime, I get goosebumps. I still get goosebumps anytime I hear that school song. That's what this place has done. The people of East Grand Forks, and we saw that, I think, front and center, the story of Mark and Sean Holy and what the farming community, Nick Hagan being a part of that, what they did for him. That's East Grand Forks. That's the people that are sitting in this room, all the shareholders, all the parents. That's why East Grand Forks will always be such a special place to my family, my family's heart. So, yeah, thank you very much. Congratulations to everybody else. Enjoy the rest of the week.
Okay, last but definitely not least, Tara Ramsdell is our final of the 8 inductees into the East Grand Forks Hall of Fame. Tara was a graduate from East Grand Forks in 1993. While in high school, she participated in volleyball, basketball, and track, played in City League softball over the summer. She was a member of the National Honor Society, graduated with honors. Over her 5 years of varsity sports, Tara earned 13 varsity letters across the 3 sports. She was named to All-Polar Conference team in volleyball 4 times, to the National Galaxy Conference team in basketball 3 times. Her senior year, she was honored as the Northern Galaxy Conference Offensive Player of the Year and the Grand Forks Herald's Minnesota All-Area Girls Basketball Player of the Year. She also received All-State Academic Awards in both volleyball and basketball. Tara qualified for the Minnesota State Track and Field Meet 4 times. She competed in 10 events, medaling in 7. Upon graduation, she held school records in the 4x2 relay, the 300 hurdles, and the triple jump, and she still has 2 of those 3. She also held several basketball records, including all-time leading scorer with 1,392 points, the assist leader with 455 assists, steals leader with 315, and best field goal percentage in a game 9 for 10. Did they only do that like for the first quarter? I mean, because, to have Tara only shoot 10 times, Paula, that doesn't happen, does it? So, anyway, sorry. Tara was a member of the District 31 Championship Volleyball team as a freshman, and the District 31 and Region 8A Championship Basketball team for sophomore year, which earned a berth in the Minnesota State Tournament. She also competed on a track and field team that won 4 consecutive section titles and 2 section true team championships as well. After high school, Tara attended the University of North Dakota, where she played 2 years of basketball for the Fighting Sioux and made the President's List. She also earned Athletic Director's Academic Achievement Award. In 1996, she was accepted into the Illinois College of Optometry and earned her Doctorate of Optometry degree in 2000. While living in Chicago, Tara developed a passion for distance running. She has completed 18 marathons to date, including the 2013-2014 Boston Marathon. She completed her first Ironman Arizona in 2009. In 2011, she took on the 50-mile Silver Rush Ultramarathon in Leadville, Colorado. Today, Tara resides in Arizona with her husband, Jason. They have 1 daughter, Jordan. All 3 of them enjoy golf, and Tara has a hole-in-one, to date 1 hole-in-one. In addition to working as optometrists, Jason and Tara own TJ Golf, or TJ Sport, a golf apparel line. So as she's coming up, her and I have that same passion for running. She's competed in 18. I'm just a little bit short. I've competed in 0. So I'm working on, not at all, the one question I had, who in the world would want to run for 50 miles? Seriously, I can't even drive my golf cart 50 miles. I wouldn't want to do it. So, anyway, all right, here's Tara.
There's a reason I'm last. He was a little worried about how long this is going to take.
I got time, 3 minutes.
So thanks to Scott and Brian, obviously, for organizing this. It was a great honor to get that call, just like everybody else. And congratulations to all the inductees. I'm going to start from the beginning, so Brian, start timing out.
48.
Yeah. So, Terry and Kathy had a baby girl in 1975. And I'm pretty sure my mom pictured this baby girl that she could put frilly dresses on and do her hair. And my dad was probably scared to death, and for good reason. And unfortunately, that little girl, she preferred a baseball glove over a Barbie doll and a basketball over a Cabbage Patch doll. I would like to say I'm sorry, but then at the same time, I'm really not. Standing up here at 50 years old, I'd probably pick the exact same path for myself. My life in East Grand Forks actually started in 3rd grade when my parents moved back to East Grand Forks where they had grown up from Blaine, Minnesota. We made a quick stop over by River Heights where I would meet my future husband at the 3rd grade bus stop. He loves that story, so I had to throw that in. We then moved over by Crestwood Elementary, and as you know, it's always fun being the new kid in town, and everyone was checking me out, trying to figure out, who I was and why I was there. And about a week after being there, a girl walked up to me and said, "I heard you can run really fast." And so my circle of friends was created, several of them which are here today. My varsity career began in 8th grade when I was told to take the bus to the high school and there was going to be a race-off between all the girls to try to create the fastest 4x2 relay team. Katie Jelly Schiller, and I got on the bus and we made the relay team and qualified for state that year. Just like some kids want to go to Disneyland, I wanted to go to state track meets. My freshman year, all my athletics were now at the varsity level. Through the high school years, I developed great bonds with teammates, coaches, and many people in the community. There were people who often gave me hugs and told me great job, and there were also the people who liked to poke the bear. They all motivated me. A lot of people here today were there for that journey. Paula, she was with me the longest. She was my PE teacher starting in 7th grade, and many competitions were held even between her and I. And of course, in any, she's always like, if you could beat me, you get a soda. So we were always like excited to win this soda, which I don't know if I won too many against you, but I usually got some soda out of somebody. And sorry for all the gray hairs that I'm sure I caused you over the years. Heidi Spicer, she was there, feels like forever in my career, and she always loved to poke the bear, and she always would walk by me with a one-liner, and her favorite thing to say was, "Why does Jesse have bigger calves than you?" And she would just walk away. Roger Hansen, I don't know if he made it here today. We saw him, he came out with us last night so he could say hi and everything. And Roger was also along from 7th grade on. And my senior year, girls got the right to triple jump. And this was an event that I wanted to do my whole track career. And so the excitement was, I was like, Roger, I'm doing this, right? And so we did not have Google or ChatGPT, so somehow he studied the triple jump, and he had me running in the hallways with obstacles set up, trying to get me to figure out how to do this triple jump. And he would just always say, "Tara, that second jump, that's not just a step, that's a very important jump in the triple jump." That always goes through my head. And when I hear people are starting triple jump, I'm like, you really gotta be good at that second jump and that triple jump. Surprised me from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Roll Tide. I don't know where that's going to get me here, but and you know, I want to say they've been blessed in my adult life, but they've also been a little cursed because we've had many 4 a.m. alarm clocks to go to marathons, Ironman, all kinds of crazy races that we've just decided to do. And they're always there for me. They're always handing me gels. And let me tell you, that is not fun to be spectating at long endurance events. That is just not fun. You feel like you run a marathon when you've really just stood there and supported your family member. So thank you, guys. I have a lot of teammates here. I mean, several of them are here. And let's be honest, I would not be here without them. And I appreciate many classmates, family. I've got lots of aunts and uncles here. So I appreciate everybody coming. But I would really love for my teammates and my coaches to come up and join me on stage. And thank you everybody for coming.
By the way, Tara's the one that kind of had this song, but as I played a little bit of it, this is for all the 8. This is a very cool song for all 8 of you guys that are inducted. That's how special you guys are. So congratulations to all 8 of you guys that got inducted, and we'll see you all at the VFW after this. So again, congratulations and thanks for coming.